chair is still a chair, even when there's no one sitting there. But a chair.
What are RCRs? RCR is short for Room Condition Report. The actual form itself is a billing tool. It inventories the state of the room at the beginning of the year so that we can document any damages that occurred during the school year. However, the process of doing RCRs encompasses more than just documenting the state of the room. It is an important part of the process to ready our residence halls. You'll be going through all the rooms and common spaces during the first 2 days of training, and we'll have a chance to make sure the rooms, apartments, and lounges are ready for our students. First impressions are important, and we want to make sure the residents' first impressions of your community are positive. As you fill out RCRs, you'll be documenting the condition of the room and keeping a list of maintenance items that need to be addressed. It is important to be thorough in documenting any issues, and it is important to follow up on any issues you report. If you find rooms that are unclean or items that need to be repaired before move-in, you should be checking the rooms regularly to make sure the issue has been addressed. Also make sure you follow up with your RD about any work that is not done. There is no reason a resident should move into a dirty room. Room condition reports must be filled out for every resident on campus. That means in a double room, you'll fill out 2 RCRs, and in a triple room, you'll fill out 3 RCRs. Mark the sides of the room, left or right. In triples, the furniture is color-coded, and it is important to note which color, aka which set of furniture, corresponds to each student. At the beginning of the year, the Residence Life Office will print out labels for the RCRs to save you time. The information will include their RIN, their name, and their room number. If there is no label, simply fill out the box in the upper right-hand corner and include the student's name and room number. Even if you don't currently have a resident slated to go into a room, you should still complete the RCR. Someone will most likely move in, either due to room changes or last-minute assignments, and it's easier to have it completed and have them sign it than try and complete it while other items are in the room. When filling out the RCR, be sure to go through the room thoroughly. Look up, down, and all around. Be as detailed as possible. Note anything you think that you would bill for at the end of the year. Have a discerning eye and write neatly. You may not be the one filling it out at the end of the year. You want to be very thorough when going through rooms. You want to check the furniture to make sure it's in good condition. Check the blinds to make sure they work. Check to make sure the screen is in good condition. Check outlets and make sure that the cover is on it. Check the backs of doors. Look inside closets and test the closet doors. Look under furniture. Also, make sure you open all drawers in the room. Staff members in buildings that have suites or apartments will also need to fill out a common space condition report. The same attention to detail is necessary. There is 1 common space condition report per apartment or suite, and all residents will sign the back. Are you unsure of what to note? Keep in mind that this is a billing tool. We want you to be thorough so there are no discrepancies at the end of the year. However, don't feel the need to detail every scratch in your report. When you complete the form, make sure to sign the back so we know who completed the report. Make sure your signature is legible. All staff need to complete an RCR for their room as well. When your residents arrive on campus, you need to go to each resident and have them sign their RCR. Give the resident the opportunity to look around and note any damage they see. Once you have both agreed that all damage has been noted, have them sign the back of the RCR. Any maintenance items they encounter, such as broken blinds, dirty rooms, damaged furniture, have them sent to fix@rpi.edu and allow them to change it on their RCR. That email is fixx@rpi.edu. All completed RCRs should be put in room number order and given to your RD to be stored in the hall office. The RCRs will be fully completed when somebody checks out. Residents have 2 options for checking out. They can check out in person with an RA. After all of the items are removed from their room, you and the resident review the condition of the room together. Keep in mind the RCR is a billing tool. As residents are checking out, you should only be noting issues that need to be billed. Maintenance issues should not be noted on the RCR. They should be sent to fix@rpi.edu. If you are noting something on the RCR that needs to be billed, make sure you discuss it with the resident. We work hard throughout the year to build trust with our residents. Don't destroy that goodwill by failing to explain a damage issue. Residents get very frustrated when they call over the summer about damage billing the RA recommended, but never discussed with the resident. If you are recommending that a resident gets billed for something, make sure when you note it on the form that you are clear and descriptive. When we go through and we are looking at the forms, we need to be able to know exactly what damage we are billing for. The second checkout option is the express checkout process. If a resident wants to take advantage of this option, they simply fill out an express checkout form. Express checkout forms are available in the Residence Life office. The entryway to the Residence Life office is accessible 24 hours a day, so residents can fill out an express checkout form and a key envelope at any time. You can also provide them with this form when you meet with them to discuss checkout options. If a resident decides to use the express checkout process, they are waiving the right to appeal any damages to the room. As such, you cannot force a resident to go through the express checkout process. In-person checkout must always be an option. With either in-person checkout or express checkout, make sure your resident fills out a key envelope. This is how we track whether keys were turned in or not. When a resident fills out an express checkout form, you'll simply complete the RCR, sign the back, and attach the express checkout form to the RCR. Your assistant dean will place any express checkout forms they receive in your mailbox in the Hall office. Our expectation during the school year is that you are checking your Hall mailbox at least every 24 hours. But during high volume checkout times at the end of fall and spring semester, it is a good idea to check it as frequently as possible to make sure you are able to keep up with processing express checkouts. Once all the RCRs are signed and turned into the RDs will put them in order and store them in the RCR cabinet in the Hall office. Anytime anyone leaves your floor, for example for room changes or withdrawals, you need to retrieve the RCR from the Hall office and complete the RCR for them at checkout. Complete new RCRs for any new residents that move onto your floor throughout the year. This video should give you a good overview of RCRs, but your RD will be showing you how to do a sample RCR during your first staff meeting. They will also be able to address any building-specific questions you may have.